Hey neighbor, welcome back to your friendly neighborhood PG family friendly clean version of John from ARTV. It's time for another episode of 7 on Sunday. Today we're talking about grocery store music. You know, those supermarket songs that blast over the speakers while you're in the bread aisle and you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is really where an artist's career comes to die, isn't it? No one dreams of getting their song played in the produce section, or if you do, then you're probably selling yourself short. How do these songs pop up that are so bland, safe, and generic, and every store manages to have the exact same playlist? It doesn't matter if I'm at Walmart, or if I'm at the mall, or the movie theater. Trust me, I know, I used to work in a movie theater myself. There's always the same playlist. It's like they get together coordinating behind the scenes, plotting, rubbing their hands together and saying, yes, give them the Savage Garden, give them the Meghan Trainor, the Maroon 5, everything that they could possibly stand. You might as well just bring your headphones with you because you're probably in for audible torture, especially if you're not into adult contemporary or some of the most bland, safe stuff that could be okay for a baby or your grandma that's 85 years old and gets offended if somebody says the word damn. There are literally hundreds of songs that could have made the list today, but I narrowed it down to just 7. I tried to put a pretty wide scope out there to show you the variety, or else lack thereof, I probably should say, that all of these stores are playing. You'll probably frown at me and say, John, why are you bringing this back to my attention? But if there's any that you think I really missed, then sound off in the comments section, hit the like button if you want to see a part 2, and subscribe for the love of music. This is my fight song. It's my awakening at number 7, Fight Song, Rachel Platten. My God, remember when that album Wildfire came out in 2016 and this song was literally everywhere? Adult contemporary stations just lapped it up like a dog on a 100-degree day out in the middle of Arizona. But here we are, forced to take this down at every grocery store that we go to now. You're walking around in the parking lot, you walk outside, you think you're away from it, and it's still playing. The only good place that I've ever heard this song actually play was in the show Barry. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. It only worked there because it was for comedic relief, and obviously the song was being poked at a little bit, but Fight Song is so incredibly safe. I mean, the vocals, fine. If you're motivated by it, I guess that's okay. But to me, it's one of those faux motivational songs that actually gives a false sense of confidence and it doesn't actually tell you anything. It's just like all these people that are doing pyramid schemes out there like, oh, you'll make tons of money. You'll do this. You'll be rich. You'll be successful. Tell your friends. And everyone's like, yeah, I'm gonna share Fight Song. We can leave it all behind. We can stand together. We don't have to look back now. I regret to inform you that my number 6 selection, We Don't Have to Look Back Now, by the post-grunge band Puddle of Mud, is something that was actually one of my favorite songs back when it came out in 2008. This is lifted from their album Famous, and in my teenage relationship at the time, this was so deep, so meaningful. We don't have to look back now. There's no barriers. And then, a decade later, I was shopping at my local Food Lion grocery store, and this song popped up, and I was like, it's all come full circle. Puddle of Mud tried to reach for that softer side. They channeled their Nickelback because they always put out the heavier singles for the rock fans, and then for the ladies out there, we got the soft side. This was Puddle of Mud attempting to show their soft side. And now they're getting played at Walmart at 2 a.m. Serves you right, scumbags. That's exactly what you get for writing a song that expires about as quickly as milk. And now that it's spoiled, like over a decade later, we're left with the remnants. Just a moment of silence for all the employees that have to put up with this bullshit over and over again, because God knows I couldn't do it on a daily basis. Oh, Chariot, your golden waves are walking down. I personally hold this man right here, Gavin DEGRAW, in contempt of court because he inspired everybody to wear those stupid hats, the military-styled hats in the early to mid-2000s. They were everywhere. even on my own head. I'm so sorry I had to share that with you, but let that be a lesson. Don't follow the trends, kids, I beg you. Look what happened to me. Chariot was just one of many hit singles that Gavin DeGraw had, but this is the one that seems to have stayed around in the parking lot longer than it ever should have. Think about it like the kid that graduated like 10 years ago, but he's still coming to homecoming and all of the soccer games. It's like, why are you still here? And you're singing a lot in the background. Oh, Chariot. You know that hook. You've heard it somewhere, whether it be a movie, an episode of a TV show, or more than likely at your local produce aisle. This is one of those songs that continues to pop up, and it just feels like it never ends. I'm gonna get to another one on my next pick here, but again, it always feels like these songs go on forever, and I don't know what it is. They're only like 3.5 minutes long. They're pop, they're adult contemporary, but they're still here. There's only so many times in life that a man can hear "The Tide is High" by Blondie and not absolutely lose his fucking mind. But I'm at that breaking point. I'm trying not to hear it anymore, but it just keeps happening. It's like running into your old high school teacher out in public and you're like, oh my God, this is like the 3rd time this month this has happened. Yet here we are, and I don't know what to do or say, and it's like I can't get away quickly enough. Yet, here we are. Now, nothing against Debbie Harry, the legend herself, and Blondie, because obviously, so many fantastic songs. But this is a cover of a 1960s song originally, and updated for a reggae style for Blondie. Well, let me just say, the original, much better, but this reggae take on things is insufferable. It's one of those songs that, like I was talking about with Gavin DeGraw, lingers and lingers. It just slowly fades out. You hear the horns, the tide is high, but I'm hanging on. Hanging on, holding on. Whatever. We got it. You're gonna be my number one. You're gonna do it. You're gonna be the number one. You're holding on. Life's throwing cannonballs at you, but you're just dodging them left and right because you're there for me. I appreciate you, Debbie Harry, but please stop singing. Stop singing this song. Stop performing this song. God, I really hate this song too much at this point because of the exposure that it's gotten in grocery stores. If you feel my frustration, you understand me. If you're inside all the time and never leave your house, then maybe you think I'm insane, but just trust me. Go to Walmart, go to a restaurant, go somewhere, you're gonna run into this, and you're gonna get sick of it by like the 3rd course, and there's like 20 of them, I swear.
Wasting time on all your wasted crime when you should be with me instead. I know I can treat you better.
Nothing like a little steal yo girl action at the grocery store. Like, hey, Shawn Mendes, let me get up in here. At number 3, Treat You Better is the name of the song. It came out in 2016, and it's already made its way to the aisles of the stores. It's cascading off of the walls. It's radiating in. And what is it preaching to us? Well, he could treat you better. Better than he can. The word cringe is overused, but I physically cringe every time I hear that part of the song. It's so goddamn terrible. I hate the way he says that. And the whole tone of this track is just your typical, I'm your knight in shining armor over here. You know, he's treating you badly, but guess what, girl? I could step in. I don't even know your life, really. I don't even know if we would make it in a relationship, but I'm gonna tell you that I could give you everything. I could treat you better than he can. And Shawn Mendes continues to reign over the grocery stores to this day. Some say that he'll eventually take over Walmart radio, but maybe that's just a folklore. Seriously, for somebody who actually does have talent like Shawn Mendes, it's really disappointing to see this song already taking on that route in that life. I know old people that actually like this song, and that's saying something probably not super positive.
Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little.
Sorry, I'm just trying to calculate exactly how many times I've come close to having a complete, full-on meltdown because I've heard this song either at the gym, out in public, or just somewhere blasting in a nearby car stereo that made me just want to completely start screaming because I hate this song so much that I know it's going to be a future grocery store classic. There should be a Now CD for grocery stores. This should be something, now that's what I call produce. You already know the middle would be nabbing a spot on that list, but this song is just so completely void of any kind of personality. It features all of Zedd's cliches. It's got the ticking clock. You heard it in Justin Bieber's song, I think it was a couple of years ago, What Do You Mean? And many of his other hits. And then it also has that stomping feeling to it, and then those extra weird sound effects that are just so wonky. There's a limit to what I can take, and I think I can take a lot. I've sat through a lot of horrible albums, everything like that, but every time I try to distance myself and put this out of my memory, it comes crawling back, and it's like, hey, you forgot your headphones at the gym today? Well, guess what? We're playing the middle 3 fucking times.
If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go.
If I could, then I would go back in time and remove the callings wherever you will go from existence. This is a song that never needed to be on this planet for any reason. It is the typical whining guy that's like, I would do anything for you. You don't even understand. And the girls over there looking at him like, you're insane. If anybody in real life actually said this to them, they'd be like, get away from me, you fucking creep. But it was The Calling, and this was a massive hit for them in the early 2000s. Now, this band didn't exactly have the career trajectory that I think the label wanted them to have. The first album did well, and then the second album, with such an original name, who would have guessed, didn't do well, and then they broke up. But apparently they're back together now. I think rumor has it that they're gonna be touring Walmarts with Mason Ramsey over the next couple of weeks. So if you wanna get tickets for that, then link in the description down below. It's at patreon.com/ARTV. In all seriousness, I knew that this had to nab the #1 spot as soon as it actually returned to my memory. I cannot get over how many times I've heard this. I have memories of when I was a literal child of hearing this at the mall and being like, Mommy, we need to go now. Some of these places have not changed their playlists since then, so you're continuing to hear this, and I'm so sorry for everybody out there. I'll start a support group, link in the description for that as well. If there actually is one, then maybe invite me too, because God knows I've got some horror stories with it. We finished our shopping trip, and I know that it was pretty traumatic, but thank you guys for holding on and staying quiet while you were riding in the cart with me today. You get a cookie, or whatever the hell else you want, because you made it through this torture with us. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on this video, and let me know other supermarket songs out there that you've heard that are just so awful, that are always playing, that you can't ever get away from. I want to do a part 2 in the future, and maybe just do a dedicated video on exploring the topic. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified when I upload future videos like this. If you want to catch up on more episodes of 7 on Sunday, then tap right here, or tap here for another recent video I posted on the channel. All of my socials, including my Patreon, can be found in the description down below if you want to help support the channel, and I'll see you soon for more right here on ARTV.